But without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to Travis to take us away on the top tip.
Thank you again for hosting us, Dan. Glad to see so many names that I recognize. I'm excited to go through this. So I wanted to think about something really practical and something that I see all the time that I find really frustrating. And I know it also frustrates parents. It impacts your email deliverability. It impacts how people perceive you. And um, and so this is a thing that you should change. I don't like to say shoulds, but this you should. Your email from your camp should be your name at yourcamp.com. It shouldn't be director at or program director at or info at or program at. It should be your name. When you post, I don't know, director at your camp, then two things happen. One, parents think that you're temporary because they know our industry is cyclical and we have seasonal employees. It makes you look like a college student who's directing um, for the summer. So think about changing that. The other thing is that we know for email deliverability that anything is a position at something is more likely to go to spam than something else. So when you're sending from position at, your email is more likely to go to spam. So if you want to do sales and email is your best sales tech tool at this time of year, then you should talk to your IT department and make sure it says your name at yourcamp.com. Also, if you are using a Gmail account, you should use your at camp.com. That's not deliverability thing. That's just you look like you're temporary. And and that's not a good signal to parents. When you're sending out messages, I think you need to work at taking them to a fifth grade reading level, not because um, of necessarily how people read, but because everybody's overwhelmed. And if you get messages out quickly, succinctly, easy to read, they're more likely to absorb it. And so, how you message people, all of these signals by email are incredibly important at this time of year if you're trying to make more sales. So, right at a fifth grade reading level, write at whatever, or take your old stuff that you're copying and pasting and put it into an AI and say, rewrite this at a fifth grade reading level. I also add in, use the formula from the book Writing for Busy Readers by Todd Rogers in those instructions. And all of those have meant that our camps have got more people finding their emails in their inbox, more families opening them, less chasing money, less chasing forms, less chasing people to make a final decision. Acknowledging that people are overwhelmed and busy and camp is complicated. If you need them to do something, you need to repeat that so that you have greater chance that they'll actually take the action that you want. Number one, emails that you need them to take action on should only have one action. It shouldn't be click here to pay for your forms, click here to arrange for pickup, click here to, I don't know, read through the packing list. You want them to do a thing. You want to send in your forms. That's the thing. But put your call to action even above the greeting, so that if you take some time, have a nice sort of social good manners greeting, and then you have a call to action at the bottom, people that are in a hurry just find the link and go. So it's repeated. I usually in GoCamp Pro emails, if I have a call to action, I will purposely repeat it 3 times in an email. Just because, and I'm amazed at it's probably a third, a third, a third of people, which ones they choose to click on in those emails. So repeat those things that you want them to do in plain language as possible. And then this is just a customer service thing, but it has an impact on your registration. If you're messaging with people, sending them emails or texts or whatever, give them an easy way to do the thing that you want them to do. So a common response, something we put it into with one of our camps, was that parents would say, um, I don't know, where do I find the forms to send in for my kid that's arriving on Sunday? And their administrator would be like, oh, if you open up Campminder and look for this thing or go to this page on our website, and she'd describe it to them, but she wouldn't give them the link. And so I was like, well, what would happen if you put a link in there to, to find your forms that people need for Sunday? And then 2 weeks later, she's like, you wouldn't believe how many fewer calls and emails I got about this thing. It's like, yeah, because you made it simple for them to do the thing that you wanted them to do. So taking the time to describe how they do a thing versus just click on this to do the thing is a much better policy. So I wanted to be super practical, things that'll help you get more kids that are pretty easy to accomplish in next 6 to 8 weeks, depending on where you're located. So those are my top tips.
Might help
Four.
if I unmute myself. Great. That was wonderful. Um, if you don't know Travis, Travis has the organization Go Camp Pro, which also produces the Camp Hacker podcast, which is probably some of the farthest reach of the any podcast in our whole industry. You can find it on YouTube and wherever you subscribe to podcasts. On top of it, Travis has a wonderful course going on right now, and he might be doing a second run. We'll see of helping camps understand how to market and how to recruit campers. Also wrote a really wonderful book on recruiting campers as well, and just recommend it to any client that's not ready for services yet. It's a great here your list, here's how to go, very tactical and absolutely wonderful. And I think on the last call I called you the grandfather of camper recruitment, but it was I meant godfather.
Which he might be.
Yeah, that too. He's the grandfather and godfather. It's good. It's good. Great. Anything to add, Travis? Did I miss anything?
No, that's a lot. Go to gocamp.pro and see all the things. We are still selling the course that's going on right now. The live version of it's finishing on Wednesday, but everybody can sign up and still get the recordings and all the tools. And I'm packing it full of tools to get more kids to camp this summer.
That's great.